And we're coming to you live from an undisclosed location somewhere deep in the heart of American flyover country. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This is the Christian Whistleblower podcast, and we're so glad to have you with us here today. Interesting, fascinating, socio-political, and even it's unusual that you have politics and you have religion and you have social and you have cultural forces all overlapping to create one single story. And this is certainly one of them. The third temple beat goes on. President Donald Trump pays up. Here's an example of scripted prophecy, certainly not prophetic scripture, ladies and gentlemen. I'm probably going to have to write a book. We're going to get into some big study about the difference between scripted prophecy and prophetic scripture, how to know the difference, and how to keep yourself out of the cult of eschatology, which supports pedophilia and will greatly impair, if not prevent, your spiritual growth and development. That's right. I said it. Deep subject. Let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. Take a look at this here. CNN is reporting, and it's not just CNN. All of the major news outlets, all of the major propaganda outlets are reporting that President Donald Trump says it's time for the United States to recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Now, I know that Golan Heights is not a reality TV. There's no one there with a big butt for you people to watch. So a lot of you don't even know who that is or what that is or where that is. But the Golan Heights refers to it's like a hill, it's a bluff, it's a high point over there in between Israel and Syria. And of course, because it is high point, it is very strategic. And during the 6-day war, they really did have a 6-day war. Israel seized this property. Israel seized this land. And up until now, the United States and the international community has been unwilling to recognize Israeli sovereignty over the questionable land. But President Donald Trump today announced an overturning of long-standing U.S. policy regarding the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights, saying it's time for the U.S. to fully recognize Israel's sovereignty over the nation after 52 years. It's time for the U.S. to fully recognize Israel's sovereignty over the Golan Heights, which is of critical strategic and security importance to the state of Israel and regional stability, Donald Trump tweeted. Now, it's been 52 years, because that's how long it's been, since they seized it in the 6-day war of 1967, ladies and gentlemen. They formally annexed the territory in 1981, but that annexation of that piece of land has never been recognized by the international community, which has regarded the Golan Heights as Israeli-occupied territory, much like the U.S. Congress and much like, as we're seeing now, the U.S. White House. And Israeli statements there are determined illegal under, or settlements, not statements, are illegal there under international law. So 52, or in the 6-day war, 67, annexed in 81, Israel has taken over this piece of property, this land. The international community doesn't recognize it. The United States has never recognized it. But today, Donald Trump unilaterally moved to recognize this land. Now, recognize Israeli sovereignty over this land. Important things. Number one, Bibi Netanyahu, Israel's prime minister, is in the political fight of his life. He's facing indictment, and he's facing his greatest political challenge yet. And this is timed, one would think, or whether it's timed or not, it's going to really help Netanyahu. It's going to prop up Netanyahu, which is a staunch Trump ally. It's going to help him tremendously during this time of this Israeli election. And Netanyahu called Donald Trump, said, "You've made history." Netanyahu's coming to the White House here in just a few days. And it's causing concern that President Trump has taken this action directly to help Benjamin Netanyahu, and he probably has. There's no doubt about it that he has not been thinking about it. But this cannot be taken just by itself. Yes, it's significant that he's recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Yes, it's significant that he's doing it, but it's even more significant that he's doing it following what he did in December of 2017 when he recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital and moved the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem in 2017. Now, I know very few people pay attention to this, or of course, the 35,000 and growing, on our way to 36 very quickly, subscribers to this channel probably know this, but the rest of you that are visiting, you will soon be receiving greater information, and you will soon be dialed up to speed if you subscribe, if you like, if you share, if you stay here. And it'll come even faster if you'll go to my website, jeffreydaugherty.com, and up in the right-hand corner, you click on the Mistech link. It'll show you how to get these great products right here, including the Mistech Master Band, which will put your body in the Schumann resonance and will give you energy and strength and create a spiritual environment of balance and homeostasis where you can soar. And if you really want to take your spirituality to the next level, or at least give your opportunity the chance to do it, also click on the FLFE link, which stands for Focused Life Force Energy. As I report to you now, I'm sitting here in an 850 scale level of high spiritual enlightenment and high spiritual frequency. Not going to make me more spiritual, but it gives me a chance to maximize my spirituality. So do these, ladies and gentlemen, if you want some help in your spiritual growth and development. So Trump moves the capital, or recognized Jerusalem as Israel's capital, moves the U.S. embassy there last year, recognizes the Golan Heights as being sovereign Israeli territory. Why is that important? It's important for this, ladies and gentlemen, because those things have always been held back from Israel. Those things have been huge carrots that have been held back from Israel, and they were things that were not promised to Israel, and they were things that were promised to Israel that would not happen unless they were a part of a broad Israeli-Palestinian peace agreement. So now Trump is giving Israel all the carrots, and it's leaving Israel with the stick too, to beat its neighbors. Now, I'm not anti-Israel, neither am I pro-Israel. I believe Israel has a right to be a member of the family of sovereign nations as long as it acts like a member of the family of the sovereign nations. No special rights, no less rights. Israel must act like everybody else. And Trump has taken now two of the biggest motivators for Israel to enter into peaceful negotiations with its Palestinian neighbors. He's taken them away, that being moving the embassy, that being recognizing Jerusalem, and that being recognizing the sovereignty over the Golan Heights. Why is Donald Trump doing this? There's 1 billion reasons why. I've detailed this to you before. Donald Trump was bailed out of a personal, underline that, put it in bold, a personal debt of $1 billion by a group of 72 banks, all of which one was Israeli bank. That was a German bank. They deferred from making the deal, but Donald Trump was bankrupt personally until these Israeli banks bailed him out. Donald Trump may be doing a lot of good things. Donald Trump may have a good heart. Donald Trump may want to help make America great again. And Donald Trump is bought and paid for. He owes a debt to those Israeli bankers. He owes a debt to those people that want to see the third temple built in Israel. And Trump has one job, get the third temple built. Moving the capital to Jerusalem was part of that. Recognizing Jerusalem as the capital and moving the embassy was part of that. Recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights is part of that. And this all builds up to the day when there will be a Christian shrine and a Jewish temple joining the Mosque of Omar on the Temple Mount. They've decided that they can't individually conquer it, they being the three branches of Abrahamic religion, and they're willing to capture it all collectively and split it up and share it amongst us, and we all get to serve them. Won't that be fun? Hold on, cousins. We can stop this from happening. This is what's going on. You know how I feel about Trump. I'm trying to like him, trying to support him. And I do think he has some leeway to do a lot of good things as long as he gets that third temple built. Donald Trump is paying up for being bailed out to the tune of $1 billion. Not only are the Golan Heights Israeli occupied territory, but so are the U.S. Congress and now, ladies and gentlemen, the White House. This is fulfillment of scripted prophecy made by your friendly neighborhood Jesuits and has nothing to do with prophetic scripture. I've proved it before. I'm about to prove it again so plainly that even L.A. Marzulli could not disagree with it. Donald Trump taking one of the great motivators for Israel to achieve true peace with its neighbors and handing it over to them with no cost, at no cost, freely given, bought and paid for, at no cost, paying back his personal debt to the people that bought him the presidency. And whether you think he won it in a legitimate election or not, which I happen to think he did, he couldn't have done it without them. And don't worry, he's not going to be impeached because they need him there to build the third temple. Now you know why this is important. Now you see the dots and how they connect. Now you're ready to think about this and to talk about this with some intelligence. And let me run to the chat room since we've been away for a while and hope that there is some intelligence being displayed here. Robert, USN vet, third gen, says, I thought Bibi was indicted. Indictments are forthcoming, most believe. Tracy Dyer correctly adds that there's also elections coming. I can't see it happening to just any outcome. I agree with you, Robert. Today feels like Friday. It's really Thursday. I'm pretty sure. It is a beautiful day today. Love unconditionally. That's certainly great advice. VJB, thank you for reminding everyone to remain respectful. And let's see. Go find the like button and hit it. I'm all for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's see. Gonna hit the fan. Yes, scripted prophecies like the garbage the Pharisees wrote to fake a Jesus comeback like a biblical Rudy. Well stated, Charlie D'Angelo. I love the way you think and the way that you state your thoughts. I will pass on Keisha's greetings to Rooney, the new cosmic kitten. What does that mean for Palestine? That means they're screwed, Robert. That means they're screwed. Israel is running out of reasons to negotiate with the Palestinians. But maybe that'll all be brokered as part of the Third Temple Compromise. And remember that term, the Third Temple Compromise. It's a money play. Thank you. I'm glad you caught a live stream as well. Hunger Games. Christians and Muslims and Jews were supposed to fight each other. And it's cousins fighting each other. It's brothers and sisters fighting each other. Christianity, Islam, Judaism, same religion, same guys, same girls, same people. Check it out. Magic trinkets. Yay. Yeah, Bill Cherry. It's probably too advanced for you. So you just stay over there in your low consciousness environment. And if you don't bother us, we won't bother you. Okay? Yeah. Let's all just enjoy each other. Let's just all enjoy each other. Ellen Burke displaying the Jesuit-fueled mindset, in my opinion, but that's okay. But she stated it politely. She stated it succinctly. I think she stated it incorrectly, but that's okay. And we allow dissenting opinion if it's polite. If it's polite, the third temple, as long as it stops stirring the pot around the world, absolutely. Trump was bought when he went bankrupt. He didn't actually go bankrupt. They prevented him from doing it, Harry, but you're right. He is owned by them. Charlie, blood sacrifices never stopped. They're just doing people, not animals. Chilling, and I think accurate words from Tracy Dyer. People seem to forget that fact. Thank you, Lauren V. Says, you dumb man. Jeff. Bill Cherry. That's funny. Gas is going up. Temple for Azazel. Absolutely. Time to recognize. I agree, Heather. We want to be careful, though. Maybe one reason why Kushners are married. It is. Boy, Robert, that does look to the objective mind like a classic bloodline move. It really does, doesn't it? It looks like one royal family marrying another royal family. Wow. Never thought of that. Never thought of that. People, they want to tell you that Russia colluded in the U.S. election. Russia didn't collude in the U.S. election, but there was a nation that colluded in the U.S. election and colludes in every U.S. election. I'll let you figure out which one, which country. Think it over. Thanks for covering. Yeah. $1 billion IDF. Trump. A lot of opinions about Donald Trump. Pastor, President Donald Trump. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for weighing in. Remember, if you enter comments in the chat room, make sure they're polite, make sure they're respectful. And when you do enter into the thoughts into the chat room, make sure that you're willing to defend them, because I do reserve the right to call you out. And I do reserve the right to rhetorically eviscerate you should the need or the urge arise. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian whistleblower. And now you know what to think about Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, recognizing Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. You know how it connects to other dots, and you know what little picture they're painting as you zoom out and see how those dots connect to one another. And the picture, ladies and gentlemen, ain't pretty. It's scripted prophecy, but it is not prophetic scripture. We will be back for more and with more podcast excellence. And tonight, 9 p.m. Central Time, the one, the only Scotty Roberts would join me for the beloved hour of the consequential rapscallions. Until then, continue to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru. I urge you, since we are the last generation of real humans and the next generation of new gods, I encourage you to unindoctrinate yourself.